Is that
But,
is he someone you're interested in, or no?
well, if you go back, you got to do your homework. Look on the internet. I think he was doing a sit down on a podcast one time, and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather.
In a little bit, yeah. Like there was a point where, I was just like, okay, he's not really engaging back. And so I don't know if he's tired or whatever. And I could just tell, his age was showing a little.
He fights a real fighter. It's going to be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he? And Floyd, there are many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever, period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents? Or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Does he have the ability, with what you've seen, to continue to mold himself into somebody who can actually? He told me before his goal is to fight Canelo, so that's where his mindset's at.
It get by Canelo.
Is he someone you're interested in, or no? Well, if you go back, you gotta do your homework, look on the internet. I think he was doing a sit down on a podcast one time, and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, I mean a little bit, yeah, like there was a point where I was just like, okay, he's not really engaging back. And so I don't know if he's tired or whatever, and I could just tell his age was showing a little bit. Mayweather allegedly lost it on Jake Paul. The 27-year-old YouTuber defeated the boxing legend after 8 rounds at the Dallas Cowboys Arena in Texas. However, it was clear that from the onset Tyson's age was a problem for and significantly contributed to his lackluster performance against Jake Paul following the fight. Floyd Mayweather has criticized the fight. He accused Paul of exploiting matchup against older men to make a quick buck, but once he fights a real fighter, it's gonna be bad. Have you been impressed? But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it. Is he and Floyd? There were many people believe you're the most talented fighter ever, period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is as important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponent? Or is he actually talented? As long as he continued to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's going to continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good. Does he have the ability, with what you've seen, to continue to mold himself into somebody who can actually? He told me before his goal is to fight Canelo. So that's where his mindset at. He get by Canelo, talking about the boxing bout. The YouTuber dominated the fight against the former heavyweight champion and earned a unanimous decision, but many fans seem to agree with Mayweather that the fight wasn't worth their time. Almost everyone agreed that the fight lacked a spark. On X, a user called the fight one of the more depressing fights he has ever seen. He pointed out that he didn't see what he expected from the fight, then criticized Jake Paul for looking less impressive in the ring and pointed at his inability to knock out an old man. This statement echoes widespread criticisms of Jake Paul fighting retired fighters and those with significantly less experience in boxing than him. It is safe to say he only fights when the odds are highly in his favor. Who criticize your decision-making when most boxers, we don't follow their career at this point. Yeah, I'm blessed to be in the position I am to be highly criticized. That just means I'm doing something right, and no one has had a boxing career like mine. It'll be studied and judged, but I've risen to the top in 4 years because I've taken risk. I was the underdog all the way up until Nate Robinson, and that's something that people don't remember, don't give any credit to, but I put it on the line against some of the best in the sport every single time, and that's why I'm here on Netflix against the biggest name in boxing right now. Yes, this is Jacob Dorr with the ticket in Dallas's. Question is for Jake. Jake, you were just talking about your career and how it's grown, and you've said in the past that you want to be taken seriously as a boxer. So if that is your goal, when can we expect you to start fighting legitimate contending fighters in your given weight class? I think you're the same from the other V. Despite his resilience and determination, Mike Tyson's age and fitness levels prove to be significant disadvantages. For the former heavyweight champion, therefore, lots of boxing experts and enthusiasts have asked questions about legitimacy of these fights Jake Paul often involves himself in since he began to take boxing seriously. But are the criticism from Mayweather and other critics justified? Well, we have to follow the facts. Amidst the widespread criticisms Jake Paul has reflected on his performance against Mike Tyson. He highlighted his dominance in the ring. He told the press after the fight, "I didn't get punched or hurt." His statement reinforced his belief that he successfully handled the fight. It is no secret that Jake loves attention and has a natural flair for theatrics, so it wasn't a surprise when he labeled the fight the biggest fight outside Las Vegas. Round 3, Bike seemed to be running out of gas a little bit. You were working the jab really well. At any point did you start to take your foot off the gas just a little bit? Because you knew he was tiring out? Yeah, definitely a bit. I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt. Did you feel Mike's power at all? No, he hit you with one and you gave him the tongue eye only because the crowd got turned up, but it didn't actually hurt. But I mean, no one's punches have really hurt. I got buzzed a little bit against Tommy Fury, but that's about music. It didn't hurt. No, I was just off balance when Woodley hit me, but cause I was throwing a check hook and I missed, and then my chin was open and then he hit me and I went boom, but it didn't hurt. He boasted that the fight will be streamed on Netflix, which is one of the best streaming platforms on the planet. However, the number backs up his claims. The problem child pulled off a blockbuster in Texas last week, maybe not in terms of fighting, but definitely in terms of hype. Nearly 70,000 spectators and millions more on Netflix watched his 8-round bout against Mike Tyson when they took each other on at A&T Stadium on November 15. The show featured the undisputed rematch between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, as well, and a legend, an icon, and Mike Tyson, who came back and put on an amazing show. We actually exceeded Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor in terms of commercial establishments that paid to show the fight. So Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, new record holders. And with that, we'll open it up for questions. Hey Jake, Andreas from ESPN. Can you talk about the opening minutes when you see Mike cross the ring from you? He's giving his peekaboo style. He's coming forward. What were your initial thoughts? Cause it seemed surreal that you got in the ring with Mike Tyson. Yeah, I was just so prepared. I've gone through the moment so many times in my head and meditation and stuff like that. So it didn't faze me and I just felt at home just cause I'm on the path of writing my destiny. And when you're really close to God and on the path of your destiny, you just feel everything so much more and you just know what's going to happen ahead of time. It was a significant moment in the history of sports marketing and the former YouTuber was at the center of it. Additionally, Jake flaunted the monetary success of the fight, claiming he made over $18 million, while his declarations showed his incredible marketing ability. It supported the claim that Jake Paul focuses on financial gains over competitive boxing. His choice to prioritize revenue and market visibility overshadowed the concerns of most boxing fans, especially those who believe in the sanctity of boxing as a competitive sport and that violence war thing between us. After he slapped me, I wanted to be aggressive and take him down and knock him out and all that stuff, but that kind of went away as the rounds went on. I truly believe in my skills and my ability and my power, but it is not just boxing. Enthusiasts that are critical of Jake Paul's focus on financial rewards. Other sports personalities have voiced their concerns too. One of them is former NFL quarterback Robert Griffin III, suspected that Paul may have had ulterior motives in his fight strategy, suggesting that he was intentionally prolonging the fight in order to make it more lucrative. Jake Paul is carrying Mike Tyson through this fight. He hurt Mike with the 3 jabs in a row in the second round and pulled all the way off the gas. Griffin wrote in a post on X. He continued saying he could have ended it there in every round since smart business move by Jake Paul gives all his sponsors more airtime. Interestingly, Paul appeared to confirm at least some of Griffin's suspicions. Speaking to reporters after the fight, Paul was asked if he intentionally backed off in the later rounds, and he confirmed that he did, fearful that he might hurt the 58-year-old. Yeah, definitely a bit. Paul said, I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt him. UFC legend Conor McGregor was not left in the list of sports personalities that seemingly have a problem with Jake Paul's way of organizing fights. For those that don't know, Jake Paul called out McGregor as a potential opponent in the ring. However, the UFC legend's response was shocking, as it was funny. Paul sent in an online message to McGregor on Saturday, but let's run it in MMA, just like how it used to be done, but you won't. McGregor responded shortly, Thereafter via an expost that has since been deleted, Nakissa already rang me lad, it's this guy next for you. McGregor responded with a picture of Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, who is 82 years old. Good luck pal. McGregor already made one prominent foray into the boxing world. Surprisingly, he fought Floyd Mayweather, a former champion across multiple weight divisions, back in 2017. Mayweather bested McGregor by TKO in the 10th round of that bout. Floyd Mayweather, how do you think it went? I don't no, it's I feel like I lost a match, that's it, just feel like I lost a football match or something. What, when we came in you were sitting over there in the corner kind of off by yourself with your